Growing up, I always had this preconceived notion that every other country in the world hated the US, especially European countries. I would always hear, oh, this country, XYZ, don't go there, they hate Americans. In fact, many Americans themselves don't even like America, so why would other countries if they've always considered us as basically a third world country with a Gucci belt? But living abroad has shifted my perspective of America in many ways, both good and bad. I see how people live differently in Europe, and some of those differences are positive. But my tendency to want to kind of defend America and even promote it to people as a great place to go and visit has solidified my identity as an American. The people here, at least in Belfast, have been very welcoming and friendly. They're very curious people. And we might speak the same language, but our cultures are different, and they have a lot of questions about our lifestyle, culture, and politics in the United States. And I've had many people even say that they're fascinated to meet an American. I had someone say I was the first American they've ever met, and some even just saying how much they love Americans and they love the US. And this has made me quite proud and happy to represent my country here. Whether America is truly a better place to live or not than Europe depends on who you ask. Despite any objective measures, to me, it's home, and that's pretty significant. I love the landscapes and natural wonders, the diversity and how many cultures we have coexisting, car-centric infrastructure, I do love to drive, and so much more.
Right, listen, this is Boulder, this is Pearl Street, I love it. I love it in the summer, I hate it in the winter.
And as much as I love being abroad, I do miss the US, I really do.
It is what it is.
Damn,
I love it, you love it, you hate it, or you love it.
So, has living abroad made me more patriotic? Perhaps yes in some ways, and others not. I guess I do feel more connected to the US than I did before, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it no longer warrants criticism or reflection. Every country does. And there is a lot that the US can learn from European countries. It's also I'm not gonna lie, it's very nuanced, you know? I've met people from so many different countries in Europe because I've also haven't just been in the UK, I have also been traveling to other places. There are some people who have kind of looked at me differently when I told them that I'm American, and there was even one instance of me asking somebody would you ever want to go to the US? And she was just like, no. And then the other thing I'll note is that a lot of times I think that they just don't understand our culture, and it's more just a sense of we're like this kind of foreign people to them where, you know, our accents sound weird. Like a lot of people told me that they associate American accents with TV and they don't really feel like we're real, which is kind of funny because I think that's how Americans view the UK accents. But it's more of a sense of they just don't get our culture and why we do certain things. There are still a lot of ways that I feel disconnected from my home country, and I still want to keep living abroad, trying out different cultures, learning and exploring the world more. But at the end of the day, I was born in America, and it's a huge part of who I am. So, yeah, I hope this was helpful for anyone who is considering moving abroad or is currently living abroad. Just knowing that your perceptions of yourself may change, and those of your home country, as you learn more about yourself and explore the world.